G'day, I'm Spry, and I thought we'd take a quick look at what I've been up to on my channel since I started playing with Transport Fever 2. So let's go back in time to the end of June 2022. Yep, that's right, almost 18 months ago I began my first ever Transport Fever 2 playthrough, which had almost 150 trains running on a medium map by the time I was done. We're currently train spotting from my favourite outlook at Loughton using the December 22 save. And this 38 episode series, it demonstrated how naive I was back then. Wow. But somehow I managed to survive all of the blunders made and the chaotic traffic jams I created, one of them involving a mere 39 trains blocking the lines. Well, this all helped me to learn how to edit videos better and establish my style. Style? Yeah, style. I talk to myself a lot. Oh, right, yeah. You're questioning and explaining what you're doing all the time. And scolding myself for being an idiot at times. But then do amazing things to test out different theories and techniques to demonstrate what works and what doesn't in this great game. And, of course, keeping my fingers crossed, hoping it's all entertaining enough to get you lot coming back for more. Well, I must have done something right, because the very first episode of that series, which concentrated on understanding line rates, is the second best performing Transport Fever 2 video on my channel. The first series for 2023 was the Tiny Map Challenge, a 30 episode series which showed how even a tiny map can be fun to play. Because, well, I thought my MacBook Air with limited RAM might work better with the smaller map size, as it did struggle a little bit at times in the previous series. But this series, even with just 2 starting towns, was really great to play and allowed me to experiment for the first time with detailing. I built a magnificent yard in each town, complete with locos, shunting wagons around the yard. And to do that, I used my favourite mod of the year, the Spitzkehrer, or Zigzag Station. It also came in useful for building 2 portals, which, along with the Freestyle Industries mod, allowed me to pretend that I was exporting and importing stuff to and from regions off the map. And, most importantly, this series started me on my no flip-flop crusade, where all lines must not allow engines to flip-flop as they normally do. It's just not realistic without wires and balloon loops to take care of that mechanic. The Tiny Map Challenge proved there's no need to be a megalomaniac when you can have heaps of fun even with a tiny map that doesn't kill your computer in the process. In February 2023, we said goodbye to a Transport Fever 2 legend. Colonel Failure posted his last Transport Fever 2 video on the 25th of February. Was this an opportunity for some of us to fill the huge void caused by his departure? Yeah, well, 10 months later, I don't think that has happened yet. On the 9th of March in 2023, Urban Games released the Deluxe upgrade for Transport Fever 2, which, along with a swag of new features and improvements, also included console support. But For a little while after the upgrade was released, I thought my Transport Fever 2 career on YouTube had been nerfed due to a problem with my Mac screen recording software. Thank goodness I managed to work out a solution, so I was able to present a first look video on the 3 new maps that came with the Deluxe upgrade. And that video, believe it or not, I'm surprised, is my best performing long form Transport Fever 2 video. Nice. After 30 episodes, the Tiny Map Challenge was finished. Oh, I had fun doing that. So, in the middle of April, I decided to have a little more fun with a 10-kilometre long train on a double-track, endless spiral. I saw it had been done with a model train, so I thought I'd have a go at it in Transport Fever 2. I also produced a short video which showcased a hidden Transport Fever 2 feature, and that is going gangbusters, with close on 19,000 shorts views for the past 9 months. Absolutely amazing. It's not often you uncover a tip that is not widely known in an established game, and I found a way to save your eyes from the glare. Every time you're faced with this white screen of pain, just simply press 11 on the keypad. I don't know whether that's any easier to look at, but it's not glary anymore. No, 11. If you don't have a keypad and you want to do that, go to Settings, go to Controls, scroll down until you find the keypad one. Show Hide Contour Lines layer and just press any key. Let's make it the G key. There we go, G. G, will that work? Ready, set, double G. Well, gee whiz, that works. So there you go. That's the first of 11 interesting details I dug up while playing my Tiny Map Challenge. Welcome to my Transport Fever 2 series, Northumbria, where I'm attempting to recreate a real-world, long-abandoned railway branch line in northern England. But April was really the month when I renewed a lifelong passion for a region in northern England. You see, I've been interested in the Rothbury branch line in Northumberland since the early 80s, I suppose. And since I'll never have the space or money to build a model of that line in real life, well, hey, I decided to see how much I could replicate it using Transport Fever 2. And so, the Northumbria series was born. It included a few map-making videos, along with an historical look at how the Wansbeck Valley Railway and the Northumberland Central Railway were built. And a lot of use was again made of my 2 favourite mods, the Spitzkeller and Freestyle Industries, to bring this all together. Now right now we're only in the 1870s Northumbria at the moment, and considering that the lines closed in the 1960s, well, there are still a few more episodes to come in this 21 video series. Oh, and by the way, the Northumbria map is available on the Steam Workshop for you to play. The link is in the description. In June, another legend seems to have played their last Transport Fever 2 game, with Grand T publishing the last of his Transport Fever 2 campaign series on the 2nd of June. Since then, he's been concentrating on Railway Empire 2. His previous 68 episode playthrough ended on the 10th of March. Was that something to do with the Deluxe Edition update? A bit of a conspiracy theory happening by the sound of things, Stephen. Yeah, well, look, all I know is his departure created yet another Transport Fever 2 void that needs filling. To be honest, there aren't many interesting English-speaking Transport Fever 2 creators left on YouTube. And, well, I suppose that's good for those of us who are left creating good Transport Fever 2 videos. Just got to work out how to capture the market, I suppose. I've never done a river start in Transport Fever 2 before, so one of the maps that came with the Deluxe Edition update was simply crying out to be played. So on the 4th of June, I said welcome to the short 10-episode series of Curvy Canyon, where the main hassle is getting the trains from the river valley up a tremendous escarpment to the towns on the plateau. This series also featured my first ever helix, and I just love that wooden trestle bridge from Mad Hatter. Brilliant mod. And on the 7th of June, well, apparently Transport Fever 2 excites more than 1 million players. Yeah, well, I thought it would have been a lot more than that, to be honest with you, but hey, 1 million's not bad, eh? Now, during the month of July, somehow I hit the 2,000 hour mark on Steam for this game. Oh, get a life, much what? Oh, wow. Now, at the end of July, an online friend of mine published an excellent map for City Skylines. And, well, since I loved it so much, I just had to port it over to Transport Fever 2 and play it there. So, over the next few weeks, I created a 14-episode series called OXG Resteo, which showed in glorious detail how I made the Transport Fever 2 version of this great map. And that map is also available on the Steam Workshop for you to play in 4 different variations. And on the 31st of October, well, that saw the beginning of my current series, where I kicked off a playthrough of OXG Resteo called Fusion, because, well, it's a fusion of 1, a height map from Lisbon, Portugal, 2, that popular City Skylines map, and 3, ported over to play in Transport Fever 2. So far in this series there are 15 episodes, roughly, published, with a few more currently in the can. But you've got lots of buts, mate. Yeah, well, my MacBook Air is struggling with this save at times because it is a very large map. What was I thinking? Oh, God. And some days it gets too hot here in Australia to record. I'm hoping that I can continue with this series, but I do have a sneaky backup Windows laptop, if only I can work out how to drive the screen recording and editing software on that platform. On the 25th of November, Urban Games published a post looking into the future, where they suggested that the last major game update for Transport Fever 2 will be in the second half of 2024, and it will be the final milestone for the game. Oh well, and apparently there's something new and great in the pipeline beyond that. Oh well, it was the 4th anniversary for the PC version of Transport Fever 2 on the 12th of December. And now, we're almost at the end of the year, and there's almost 1,000 subscribers to the channel. Woohoo! That will be a nice Christmas New Year's present, I think. And there's also a heap of regulars who watch my videos and several who leave likes and comments. It is much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. And even my serial disliker, who pops in from time to time, mate, your contribution too is also appreciated. Thanks for keeping the algorithm real. And I look forward to doing more with all of you over the next year. So until next time, it's Merry Christmas and hooroo from me, and of course it's goodbye from him. Bye.